Mr. Wike is not good for FCT Minister, and he should be assigned to another ministry. We have allegations that support that Mr. Wike has been awarding contracts to his friends and family members, using public funds to finance his lifestyle. This is unacceptable behavior for any public official, let alone a minister of the federal government. Furthermore, we have reason to believe that Mr. Wike has been intimidating and harassing political opponents, stifling free speech and press freedom in the process. This is a clear violation of the fundamental human rights enshrined in relevant section of our Constitution. As concerned citizens, we cannot sit back and watch as our hard-earned resources paid to the FCT in various forms of taxes and levies are being mismanaged and wasted by corrupt officials like Wike. We call on the relevant anti-graft agencies to conduct a thorough investigation into these allegations. We also urge all residents of the FCT to join us in this fight against corruption. We must hold our public officials accountable and demand transparency and accountability in the management of public resources. We must ensure that our government institutions are working for the benefit of all citizens, not just a few selected people. Wike perfected the removal of the FCT administration from the Treasury Single Account, TSA, to have an unfettered access to funds under the guise of paying these same contractors. This is very unfortunate. Consequently, we again call on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to conduct a thorough investigation into these allegations and to take appropriate action against Wike if they are found to be true. We also call on all citizens to remain vigilant and to speak out whenever they see public officials abusing their power or engaging in corrupt activities. We believe that it is only by holding public officials accountable for their action that we can begin to restore the trust and confidence that citizens have in government institutions. We urge all Nigerians to join us in this effort and to work towards building a society that is based on transparency, accountability, and regard for the rule of law. These worrisome tendencies of Nyesom Wike as a minister of the FCT have, of course, been made possible and enabled by how he disregards administrative procedures, chiefly in the way he has uttermost regard for the civil servants, who have the statutory responsibility of day-to-day implementation of government policies. Wike has made himself the policy formulator and implementer in one breath. This has caused serious concern among civil servants who work in the ministry. The report that Wike has been undermining the authority of civil servants who are meant to administer the ministry demand our attention, because civil servants are the backbone of any government institution, and they play a critical role in ensuring that government policies and programs are implemented effectively. However, their work is often overlooked, and they are frequently subjected to political interference and undue pressure from political appointees. In the case of the Federal Capital Territory, Mr. Nyesom Wike's actions are clear examples of political interference in the work of civil servants. This has been manifesting in Wike's bypassing established procedures and protocols and making decisions that are not based on merit or established guidelines. This kind of behavior undermines the morale of civil servants and erodes their confidence in the institution they work for. It also sends a message that political patronage is more important than merit and hard work, which is a dangerous precedent to set. As concerned citizens, we appeal to Mr. President to take appropriate action to address this issue, while also calling on Wike to respect the authority of civil servants and to work with them collaboratively and respectfully. We believe that the work of civil servants should be recognized and appreciated, and that they should be allowed to carry out their duties without undue interference or pressure. Gentlemen of the press, we urge all FCT residents to stand with civil servants and support their efforts to build a better and more efficient government that works for the benefit of all of us. We condemn the action of Mr. Nyesom Wike and call on him to respect the authority of civil servants. We also urge all Nigerians to support civil servants in their important work and to demand transparency and accountability in the management of the Federal Capital Territory. Finally, while Wike is busy enriching himself and his associates, Abuja has fallen into disrepute as the national capital and has become an expensive slum. In violation of transport policy long established by its predecessors, the city is now overwhelmed by commercial motorcyclists and tricyclists that even go as far as driving one against that has even gone as far as driving one way against traffic, like the errant car drivers that have modeled their disregard for rules after the example shown by the minister as someone who has no respect for the law. We invite President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to note this as incompetence on the part of the minister and confirmation of his inability to manage the Federal Capital Territory. Even though we had in the foregoing urged Mr. President to call Nyesom Wike to order and to also investigate his activities, we fear that the damage that has been done to the FCT and by implication the national psyche is too extensive to be allowed to continue even for additional weeks. We therefore demand that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must immediately replace Wike as Minister of FCT for the general interest, and should Minister President insist on keeping someone like this, like his kind of tendencies in his cabinet, then he should be assigned any other portfolio but the FCT Minister.